Welcome to Photoshop Tutorials by Judy Morris. Now let's look at the interface and the Start menu screen for Photoshop Creative Cloud 2015. You're going to want to go to the bottom of your screen and click on PS, which will bring up the Start screen for Adobe Photoshop. And again, this is Creative Cloud 2015.5. version. You're going to see this is the default is going to select recent files. You may not have any here, or you might have files that the previous person brought up in Photoshop on that computer that you're using. Okay, so that's the list view. Let's look at the grid view with the thumbnails. Alright, so click on this little button here, and then you will see a little thumbnail of the photo that was brought up. Okay, so you see photos I took at Grand Teton National Park there. If you were to click on one of these, you would then open it in Photoshop as a Photoshop document. And then we have libraries here. Okay, this library doesn't have anything in it, but you can use libraries to create a collection of things like colors, color swatches, brushes, fonts that you want to use, you want to designate for a particular project. So you would create that library. Alright, presets pertain to the size of the documents. So the Photoshop project you're creating with that image or collection of images. Alright, so it's going to either be somewhat small for a mobile device, or it could be a very large resolution project that you intend to print. You can use these presets, but you don't have to, because you can go into New. Alright, and you can name your Photoshop documents, but you could choose from these some more presets. You can choose, you could enter in a resolution here, you could enter in the dimensions. You can even save a preset. This gives you a little hint as to the image size they expect with these dimensions that you've added in here or you've chosen. Or you could actually open a photo and the workspace will just use the dimensions of your photo and create that project on your screen for you. Bear in mind these are shortcuts, so Command N is the shortcut for a new document, or you can click the button. Command O would be open, or Control O if you are on a PC. Control N if you're on a PC. Down here you see some other things you can click on. This is basically kind of like announcements or plugs for Adobe products. Adobe stock, you get free 10 free images from Adobe stock to play around with. Okay, and they want to kind of get you interested in their photos that they have. Now, why would you use stock photos? Well, you can use those for a variety of things if you're trying to combine them with other images, or you need you have a client, you need to create something for the client and you don't have an image of what they want. This is sort of the next best scenario if you cannot get the image yourself, to get a stock image, and usually you have to pay for those, but here you do get 10 free images from Adobe to begin with. And then over here, what's new, they give you some free tutorials. and Adobe itself has created those tutorials. This is evolving the material that they show down here, depending on what Creative Cloud has put on there. So let's go ahead and find a photo, and you can of course go to different menus to find, different folders to find the folder you want. So you're going to select an image. I'm going to select this image and double click on it, and then that start screen goes away, and Photoshop has now created a document around the image I've selected. So it's created the size, the workspace size, they've conformed it to that image size, the JPEG. Okay, so your interface, all of these buttons and so forth, it may look different. And so if that's the case, someone might have saved it into a different configuration. You want to go to Essentials, Reset Essentials. Okay, so you're going up to Essentials and you're resetting Essentials, and it should look like this. If it looks different, it could mean you have a bigger computer screen, and so they've been able to spread out some of these panels. Okay, your libraries might be over there. I'm on a smaller laptop screen, so they have nested these panels together. Libraries is nested with adjustments and styles, colors and swatches and so forth. And that's fine. Just be aware there might be slightly different, but it's all here. They have conformed the space to the image there, the workspace. Okay, we'll come back to working with a document later. Let's go ahead and close this by going to this folder tab and Xing out of this. You're going to see as you open more and more photo documents, you're going to see them all lined up here in tabs, and you can just X out of them when you're not using them. And I must have done something in this, so it's asking if I want to save it. I'm not going to. It will. The image itself is still saved, the original image where it was originally. Okay, you see the start screen comes up again. With the presets, which notice you can also go to the grid view on presets. And that is an introduction to the start screen for Photoshop.